Now, from your local news leader, Alabama News Network. This is Alabama News Network Weekend at 6 on CBS 8 and ABC Montgomery.
Good evening, I'm Josh Ninke, and this is Local News First on CBS 8 and ABC Montgomery. Turmoil in Alabama politics. Speaker of the House Mike Hubbard now removed from office after a jury convicted him of 12 felony ethics charges in a late-night verdict. Reporter Sarah Canty has details in tonight's big story.
3 years of investigating, 3 weeks of testimony, and it only took about 7 hours for a jury to convict Mike Hubbard, guilty of 12 out of 23 felony ethics charges. Now Hubbard faces up to 20 years in prison for each of the counts. Mike Hubbard walked into court as Speaker of the House and left a convicted felon.
We were very disappointed in the outcome. I feel like I let my client down. We think we'll ultimately prevail on appeal.
His attorneys having little to say after the guilty verdict on 12 counts. Hubbard sneaking out a back entrance after posting his $160,000 bond and sped away in a black Corvette.
Public officials at all levels in the state of Alabama will be held accountable for their actions.
Jurors sided with the prosecutors that Hubbard used his political office and power to get business and investments for his companies and help with favors for his consulting clients. The Attorney General's special prosecution team feeling vindicated.
Very trying. It's been really a bad experience. We've been accused of pretty much everything that state officials could be accused of.
We were accused, but at every step along the way, the court never found any basis for those things. And in this kind of prosecution, when you're investigating and prosecuting people at the highest levels of power in government, you're going to get that sort of tactic. And I think it just shows that's what it was, as a tactic. So to the extent we need vindication, I think the verdict gives that.
Hubbard will be sentenced on July 8th. His defense team says after the sentence, the appeal process will begin.
Thank you, Sarah. And Speaker Pro Tem Victor Gaston of Mobile will serve as acting Speaker of the House. Governor Robert Bentley released a statement about the now ousted Speaker, saying, "As leaders, we were placed here to serve our people, and that is exactly what we are going to continue to do. I have the utmost confidence in the men and women of the Alabama legislature. We will all continue working together to solve the real problems facing our state and to help Alabamians. No matter how difficult the challenge, the people of this state will know we are working hard every day to serve them." We also got several other statements, including one from Luther Strange saying, "This is a good day for the rule of law in our state. This kind of result would never have been achieved had our office not put together the finest public corruption unit in the country." We also got another one from Representative Craig Ford, House Minority Leader, saying, "This is a dark day for Alabama." Mike Hubbard led Republicans to a supermajority on a platform of cleaning up corruption in Montgomery. But instead of cleaning up corruption, Mike Hubbard and the Republican leadership in all three branches of our government have embraced corruption. More Alabama news. A court date has been scheduled for Rebecca Caldwell Mason, the woman at the center of the scandal surrounding Governor Robert Bentley. She is asking for a stay in the wrongful termination suit that former Secretary of Alabama Law Enforcement Agency Spencer Collier filed against her. AL.com reports a hearing has been set for August 18th. Collier filed the wrongful termination lawsuit back in April, a month after Governor Bentley fired him as secretary following an internal ALEA investigation. After he was fired, Collier alleged that Bentley and Mason were having an affair. Now, they have denied it, although Bentley has admitted to making inappropriate remarks to her. Mason is the first defendant in the suit to file for a stay. However, others have filed for the case to be dismissed, including the governor. Over 100 dogs may be one step closer to finding their forever homes, all thanks to the Bullitt County Humane Society and several other rescue groups from across the state. Reporter Danielle Wallace has more from the Troy Newsroom.
These dogs boarded planes in Greenville en route to Orlando, Florida. Rescuers tell me it's not only about giving the dogs another chance, but also about remembering one of their own, a woman who dedicated most of her time to animal rescue.
These dogs are taking a flight that could change their lives. Rescuers are making efforts to get them to safety.
Kind of like Miss Zoe here. She was rescued from a hoarder with 50 some odd other dogs. And she gets to see a life outside of a home with that many other animals.
Rescue groups from across the state are making sure their goal is met, sending these pets off to partnering groups in Florida. After arriving, they will be spayed and neutered for adoptions.
We have such a huge problem here in Alabama, and it's just awesome to think that we can partner with other states to move some of these animals who otherwise don't have an option, who would be euthanized in our shelters or just sit there for months on end.
Their mission also carries on the memory of longtime foster and transport volunteer Ferris Simmons.
Miss Simmons had a huge heart for homeless pets.
Simmons died of cancer last month. Her granddaughter Shelby Simmons says animal rescue was a big part of her life.
She was 70-something years old, and she would get drugged across the asphalt by a big dog. I mean, she didn't care. She just wanted to help in any way that she could.
Rescuers say she never gave up on animals in need, and they won't either.
I hope they find their homes. I wish I could take every one of them home.
Coordinators tell me they plan to make this an annual animal rescue in memory of Ferris Simmons. I'm Danielle Wallace, Alabama News Network.
Thank you, Danielle. And also part of today's rescue mission was Pilots and Paws, a nonprofit organization of volunteer pilots that gives their time to animal transportation. A 9-year-old boy needs your help. Hagen Meadows has type 1 diabetes and is in need of a service dog. So we started something called the Lassie Project. Hagen has been raising money through garage sales and a lemonade stand. Community businesses have pitched in to make videos to get the word out. And you can help Hagen all day today at the American Legion in Millbrook. They're hosting a raffle to benefit the Lassie Project. Hagen says getting a service dog would be a huge help for him.
He has big plans, very, very big plans. He wants to start the Lassie Project, and what he wants to do is he wants to do this for other kids.
To all the other kids out there with type 1 diabetes, stay strong and keep going. It'll all be okay in the end.
The cost of a service dog can run anywhere from $9,000 to $25,000. Well, we've seen patches of rain across the river region today, bringing at least a little bit of relief. Let's check in now with meteorologist Ryan Stinnett for your first forecast today. Ryan.
Hey Josh, you're exactly right. Some heat relief, even here in the capital city. Currently down to 81 degrees after a high of 96. Looking at some thunderstorms in the distance. Those are actually over in Dallas County. But once again, you can tell where it's rained. 82 in Selma and Demopolis, but still 90 in Troy and 89 in Greenville. Now as we look at that Storm Tracker 3D radar, we are seeing a few thunderstorms out there, and one of them continues to be over northern Dallas County, making its way down towards Valley Grande. A lot of lightning with these storms. Been telling people if you can hear thunder, you can be struck by lightning. So when thunder roars, go indoors. And then some more showers and thunderstorms over northern Covington County, just to the north of Andalusia. And actually, we just had a severe thunderstorm warning issued for eastern Bullock County and northern Barbara County, right here just to the south of US 82, south and east of Midway. Winds of 60 miles per hour and quarter-size hail is possible. Only severe thunderstorm warning, and that goes till 6:30. But overall, the rest of us are in great shape, and we'll continue to see improving weather as we head through the evening hours. Temperatures mainly into the 80s, and they'll be holding into the 80s throughout the rest of the evening. A few showers out there, but overall, a very muggy and steamy evening across the area, and it looks to repeat for tomorrow. I'll have all the details coming up in that 8-day forecast, Josh.
Thank you very much, Ryan. And still to come, one Alabama recruit is stirring up a little controversy. Catherine Donnelly will have that coming up just a little bit later. But first, the judge in the Stanford rape case is under fire for his ruling. You're watching CBS 8 and ABC Montgomery.
Now, from your local news leader, Alabama News Network. This is Alabama News Network Weekend at 6 on CBS 8 and ABC Montgomery.
Outrage is growing over the 6-month sentence given to a former Stanford athlete who sexually assaulted an unconscious woman. Online petitions to remove the judge who issued the sentence have garnered more than 1 million signatures publicly over the case. It's also reportedly affecting jury selection in the judge's courtroom. Maureen Kelly has the details.
Here you can see video of Judge Aaron Persky entering the Palo Alto courthouse through a side door to avoid being photographed. The intense scrutiny swirling around Persky's decision to send ex-Stanford swimmer Brock Turner to jail for 6 months for the sexual assault of an unconscious woman has brought multiple national news agencies to camp outside the courthouse. And now it's affecting what's going on inside his courtroom.
It's obviously had some sort of impact.
Ralph Robles Jr. is the attorney representing the defendant in the misdemeanor criminal case currently in front of Judge Persky. He says during yesterday's jury selection, many potential jurors brought up the controversial Brock Turner case.
They definitely brought it up. They definitely brought up how it affected them, how it affected their lives, how it could affect their judgment, really, is what we were trying to get at.
In the end, he says approximately 20 jurors were excused because they didn't feel they could be unbiased in Judge Persky's courtroom.
We still got a jury. The court staff there is top notch. We still have everything humming and moving along normally.
I sat inside Judge Persky's courtroom this afternoon. To my eyes, the judge seemed calm and attentive and not at all distracted by the fact that close to 1 million people have signed an online petition calling for his removal from the bench. The judge is not without supporters. This Hayward resident showed up today to give Persky a letter asking him not to buckle to the pressure.
I urged him to fight. I've said, do not resign, because if you resign, you are endangering the independence of the judiciary.
Judge Persky has declined to comment on the Brock Turner case because it's under appeal. Maureen Kelly, KRON 4 News.
The women's advocacy group Ultraviolet delivered nearly 1 million signatures themselves to the California Commission on Judicial Performance in San Francisco on Friday. A little bit of wet weather today, but what can you expect for the rest of your night? Meteorologist Ryan Stinnett has more on your forecast coming up. And remember, you can get the latest breaking news and weather alerts just by downloading our Alabama News Network app on your smartphone. Meteorologist Ryan Stinnett back with us now. Ryan, it was raining pretty hard here for a little while earlier.
Yeah, but it's hit or miss. Typical summer-like pattern over the station today. Much of Montgomery got rain, but just across the river in Prattville, no rain reported. And we continue to see the very scattered nature of these showers and thunderstorms. Once again, some of the more intense storms across the area down towards Bullock County. But our weather headlines, summer-like weather continues. Expect hot, hazy, and humid days ahead. And with those humid conditions, we're talking about a greater threat of showers and thunderstorms out there, mainly during the afternoon and evening hours. And of course, some of those will have lots of lightning, heavy rainfall, and even some small hail. So looking at our futurecast the rest of tonight, we're going to be seeing improving conditions out there, a few showers possible up to about 11 o'clock. But once the sun sets, we'll really begin to see the activity winding down. As we start our Sunday off, we're going to be in great shape once again, but you get that sunshine out. Daytime heating is going to allow instability to build, and we're going to be seeing widespread showers and thunderstorms during the afternoon, much like today, but I think we'll see a greater coverage tomorrow afternoon. But once again, heavy rainfall, small hail, gusty winds, and the most dangerous part, frequent lightning with any thunderstorms this time of year. These storms go to bed at the end of the day, and then we'll see a repeat performance on Monday. And this is really what you can expect as we head throughout the rest of the week. So your forecast for tonight, we're talking temperatures staying very mild and muggy, 73 degrees for most locations. What activity is out there right now will be winding down the next couple of hours. A light southeast wind at 3 to 6 miles per hour. For your Sunday, another hot day is ahead. Mix of sun and clouds. I think the shower and thunderstorm activity holds off until later into the day. Really 2 or 3 o'clock we begin to see these showers and thunderstorms developing, and then they'll last about 8 or 9 o'clock each evening. But it's going to be a very scattered hit or miss. Some locations could get 2 or 3 rounds of rain, while many locations will be staying dry. And that's really what you can expect as we head into the new work week. It's going to be a hot one Monday, 95 degrees. Looks to be our hottest day out of the next 8. And then our rain chances increase, especially Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Widespread showers and thunderstorms possible each day. You notice we stay warm during the afternoons. Afternoon highs into the 90s with the humid conditions. Overnight lows will be into the 70s. And we really don't see a break from the afternoon shower and thunderstorm activity. A very typical summer-like pattern across the state. And we'll be right back.
And Catherine Donnelly joins us now for a look at sports. Catherine, I understand there's some football news to talk about.
There is some football news to talk about.
Always my favorite.
Yes, we have some recruiting news to start things off. Markel Benton, a 4-star outside linebacker recruit out of Central Phoenix City High School, made his commitment to the University of Alabama yesterday. And some of his comments about his decision are sparking controversy. Ben told media members the reason he chose Bama over Auburn is because Alabama had better coaching, and Nick Saban knows how to win championships. Now, that can't be sitting well with Auburn coach Gus Malzahn, who recruited Benton heavily, and despite a heavy pursuit, couldn't convince him to go with the Tigers. Malzahn does have 7 commitments for his 2017 class so far, but Benton would have been another valuable addition. We brought in our sports analyst John Longshore and asked him what he thought about Benton's comments.
Yeah, and you got to take it as, a recruit or a commitment that's saying, hey, Alabama's got the better staff. That's where I'm going. What else would you expect him to say? The numbers don't lie. I mean, obviously Alabama's numbers are better than Auburn's over the last couple of years as well. But Auburn and Jay Jacobs and Gus Malzahn are kind of looking at it as, what are we doing from this point forward?
And athletes from all over the state of Alabama gathered at Park Crossing High School for the AAU Southeastern District Qualifier track meet. Montgomery's own YMCA Dream Team Track and Field Club hosted today's Open Invitational, and around 200 to 300 athletes from Alabama participated. The athletes that qualified in today's events will head to Knoxville, Tennessee to compete in the national qualifiers June 30th through July 3rd for a chance to make it all the way to nationals in Humble, Texas. Last year, the Dream Team had 25 to 30 athletes make it to the national level. So the Dream Team, coached by Daryl Wood out of the Cleveland Y, is a force to be reckoned with.
Mr. Daryl Woods has definitely been the catalyst to really push track. It is so amazing seeing all these kids out here today participating in this event.
It's a very good it's very enjoyable because I realize that if I work hard enough, I know that I can make it, and that everything I put into it is going to be paid off in the long run.
And congratulations are in store for one of our local athletes. Auburn Montgomery junior closer Jed Carter was selected by the Chicago Cubs today in the 15th round of the MLB draft. Carter started at Tallahassee High School, where he earned all-state honors as a senior. Carter is the 11th member of the Warhawks baseball program to be drafted to an MLB team, and with his selection, AUM has had 5 players drafted in the last 8 seasons. Now, on to some NASCAR. The NASCAR Xfinity Series at Michigan International Speedway. And under caution for debris, Daniel Suarez wins the race off pit road for the lead, but Suarez will be penalized for speeding on pit road, forfeiting the lead to Kyle Busch. Then in lap 39, Chris Cochran backs it into the wall to bring out the first caution that wasn't caused by debris. And then with 2 laps to go, as they come to the white flag, it's Busch in the lead, but his teammate Suarez, who is fought back and makes a beautiful clean pass on Busch to take the lead. But in the final lap, it's Suarez taking his first career Xfinity Series win. Suarez becomes the first Mexican-born driver to win a NASCAR National Touring Series race, and congratulations to him. Did you catch the end of Game 4 of the NBA Finals last night? Well, the Warriors beat the Cavs 108-97 to go up 3-1 in the series. But another note from last night's game, with minutes left in the fourth quarter, LeBron James and Draymond Green, well, they got tangled up with each other, and it started an altercation between the two. It got so out of hand they had to be separated. They were called for double fouls, no technicals though, and at one point it looked like Green tried to hit James in the groin, similar to what Green did to Steven Adams of OKC. Now, the incident is under league review, but there's no timetable as to when the decision will be made. Game 5 is Monday night at 8.
And this is the first I've been able to see all of that video so far.
Yes. Draymond Green always seems to be getting himself into these altercations.
Yeah, that's a nice word for
it.
it.
He is the problem here because he seems to always be involved in them, and he's the common thread.
I was going to say, common denominators.
Exactly. No decision's been made yet, and we'll see if something actually happens for that Monday night game.
Great. Well, thank you very much, Catherine. If you're heading out tonight, don't leave just yet. Ryan Stinnett will be back next with your Out of the Town forecast. Meteorologist Ryan Stinnett now with your Out of the Town forecast. Ryan?
Hey, it's all about location, 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 Josh. Checking a few strong thunderstorms out there. One in northern Dallas County near Valley Grande. It's working its way up into southern Bibb County, northeastern Perry County. More thunderstorms across South Alabama. Watching the storm in northern Covington County producing a lot of lightning. And then heavier thunderstorms affecting Pike and Bullock counties. Watching this one cell right here. Severe thunderstorm warning till 6:30. So for a few more minutes for for Bullock and Barber counties. But these are making their way up along the US 82 corridor, lots of lightning, so when thunder roars, go indoors. But for the rest of us, a muggy evening with isolated storms, temperatures holding in the 80s. Catherine?
And I have some MLB baseball. The Braves and Rays both play today. That'll be tonight at 10. Josh?
Thanks, Catherine. Well, before we go, Firebird's restaurant in East Chase is helping children in need this weekend. And you can do your part just by drinking a cool glass of lemonade. From now through Sunday, Firebird's is selling lemonade as part of a Alex's Lemonade Stand fundraiser. Each glass is $3, and all proceeds go to help kids who are fighting cancer. Alex's Lemonade Stand got its start with a little girl who had cancer who set up her own lemonade stand to help those children just like her. The restaurant hopes to raise $110,000 between now and the end of the weekend. And thanks for watching CBS 8 and ABC Montgomery. Remember, you can watch our most recent newscast anytime you like on our website or the Alabama News Network mobile app. We hope you'll make plans to join us at 10 o'clock, but until then, have a good night.